trust, black rose, no hope, life low. Alright, I'm set, I got my deck. I'm about to head to my homie crib next. I got a brand new combo with some chicks. I'm about to burn them for 8,000 quick. Got it on standby so you can't draw. Main face ain't shit, go to your school face, that mean you lost. That's how it be.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy KAIBALORD and I'm back with another Sky Striker deck profile. Yes, that's right, Sky Striker, best deck. So this past weekend I played a tournament, the One Hardcore Cards and myself host. I came in 3rd place with Sky Striker, so that was pretty amazing. I could have came in 1st, but I only did lose one matchup, which was against Cyber Dragons, and I'll explain in the video why I lost to it when I'm showing you guys the main deck and the side deck. But yeah, other than that, I think I would have came in 1st place. But I mean, 3rd place, I can't complain with Sky Striker. I have changed this build from the last one. I think the last one I uploaded was about a month and a half ago. And that seemed to have a lot of views. So I've updated this to this format. We obviously have Dragon Link coming back into the game. They just got that Dragunity support with Ghost from the Past. And Eldlich is obviously still seeing play. Bird Up, I've not seen a lot of Bird Up recently. But at this tournament, we obviously have a lot of rogue players. We've got a lot of meta players, so it is quite competitive. I did manage to beat Zodiac Eldlich in my last matchup, and it was just absolutely spicy. I will explain what we're playing in the side deck. I'll show you guys like the little combos I did and stuff. We've bumped up the hand traps, Belle. I've kind of taken her out the main deck because I've not come up against like too many graveyard dependent decks. But yeah, I mean, this is a spicy one. It's probably one of my favorite builds so far. And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, guys, and let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. Every like and every subscription from you counts. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, which is where I post memes, Yu-Gi-Oh news, and I update you guys on what content I'm going to bring you guys on my YouTube channel. I'm also on Twitter, on TikTok, on Facebook. I'm pretty much on every single social media platform. So show some love, guys. Thank you guys very much. Here we go with Sky Striker. Alright guys, so starting off with the main deck, we are playing, of course, 3 of the one and only, 3 Sky Striker Ace Raye. We're playing 2 rows. So again, 2 rows, I mean, one can kind of conflict with Pot of Desires, as you can banish your 3 Rays. So you need rows. You really want to see one of these in your opening hand so you can go into your Sky Striker links and start your plays from there. For hand traps, remaining the big rock, 3 Nibiru. Dragon Links making their way back. They just got support with the Dragunity stuff, so we don't know what degenerate boards people are going to make. So the big rock's in the main deck. He did come quite handy this weekend as there was a lot of spam decks that I came up against. We're playing 3 Ash Blossom. She just stops combos instantly. And this is a new addition to the deck, which people might find kind of weird, but 3 Thanos Dragon, so 3 Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. I saw this in a couple of matchups. I did play, it's mainly there because I expected a lot of people to play Dragon Link, but unfortunately there was no Dragon Link. But he did come handy in some matchups. When I wanted to get rid of him because he obviously conflicts with Widow Anchor, with Shark Cannon, and the other Sky Striker spells, I usually just link him off with either Raye on the board, or if I've got my link and I'm gonna link into like Hayate or Shizuku, I usually just link him off and go into Zeke. Or I can go into Nightmare Phoenix or Unicorn. That's why I'm playing 2 generic links in there to get rid of him, to get rid of obviously the Nibiru we get when we Nibiru our opponent. But he is really good. He does add a bit of consistency as you draw equal to the link rating +1, and then you get to shuffle 1 back. So if you got quite a bricky hand, he can come quite in handy. Most matchups I did side him out because, as I said, I didn't come up against like a lot of link decks. So he's there, he's good, he's a card. So if not, you can side deck him. But as I said, Dragon Link are just making their way back, aren't they? That is it for the monsters. We obviously have a heavy spell lineup. So we're of course playing 3 Widow Anchor, which was the absolute clutch this past weekend. There was a duel where I banished literally both my roses and 2 Rays, and then I had my last Raye in grave, and I couldn't bring her back because I didn't meet the requirements to trigger her in grave. So pretty much I depended on Widow Anchor and on multi-roll, and of course on the 3 shark cannon. This literally won me the matchup against what was it? It was Photon I was playing up against. They obviously got new support, so I came up against that deck. My Rays were banished, so I had multi-roll, and then obviously I had 2 anchors, 3 anchors, shark cannon. So I just kept activating shark cannon to bring something from my opponent's grave, or to just banish in general. Widow Anchor, obviously you can take the monster and then attack. So literally my opponent had, I think, like 4k life points. And then with multi-roll, you have to be careful because you set them and then they banish once they've been recycled. So literally Widow Anchor won me the match, negating during my opponent's turn, taking control of it. At the end of the turn, setting it, and then during my opponent's turn, taking that monster again and then attacking. And that's pretty much how I won the matchup. I think that was game 2 that I won. Yeah, it was game 2. 1-2-0 against them. We're playing the 2 Sky Striker Afterburners. This card's really good. Just pops a monster, and then if you've got 3 or more spells, also pops a spell or trap. We're playing, of course, just the 1 Hornet Drones, in case we don't see our Race or our Rose. For the field spell, we're playing 2 Area 0. Remember that if you pop this, or if it leaves the field by card effect, you do get to special summon that Raye from your deck. So remember that. So I'm going to put that aside here because, well, actually, I'll bring it back right now. For draw power, we're playing 3 Pot of Desires. 3 is the number. People always debate 2, 3, 1. I mean, just 3 is the number. You really want to see this card in case you've got a bricky hand. I usually, like, this is just me, I usually only activate 1 per duel. Or if I'm like, I have to risk it, or I literally have nothing, I do risk using the second one. It can be quite like it can affect you quite a lot, because obviously you're banishing 20 cards, and with Sky Striker you basically need all of your cards. So I always just use the second one if I really needed. But I mean, just 1 does the job, and then you can just grind the whole match. We're playing the 1 Upstart Goblin for that extra card. Our search cards, we're playing the 1 Reinforcements of the Army, and we are playing the 1 Terraforming to search our Area 0, and Reinforcements of the Army to search Raye or Rose. For back row hate, we're playing the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, and this is a new addition which you guys have probably seen a lot of people playing, which is the 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. So we obviously know Cosmic Cyclone is the main back row hate card to play, but a lot of people are playing Artifact Lancia in the main deck. So Artifact Lancia is a way to negate Cosmic Cyclone. So if you try and banish one of your opponent's spell or traps, they'll chain Lancia and then you won't be able to resolve it. So Mystical Space Typhoon dodges that Lancia effect. It's quick play. It's the same as Cosmic Cyclone. It doesn't have a cost, which is really good. And if you need to, you can also pop your Area 0 with Mystical Space Typhoon, and then you get the effect to special summon Raye from deck. I'll leave that here because the next card we're playing, of course you knew it, the 2 Mystic Mine. In my last build I was only playing 1 because like we obviously had Eldlich dominating the format, and it doesn't really spam the board, does it? But again, I mainly just built this deck to target Dragon Link, but then I obviously tweaked it around a bit for the tournament. Mystic Mine is just really good. It won me the match against Eldlich as well. I activated, and they obviously will debate whether to activate their traps or not, because obviously they turn into monsters, so they'll lock themselves out. And when you're ready to attack, just pop it with Mystical Space Typhoon. That actually did happen in the matchup. I had Mystic Mine on field. I Widow Anchored my opponent's Eldlich. They didn't have like a negate or anything. I Shark Cannon something. I went into my Zeke. I basically ended up on Access Code Talker. But then I remember I had Mystic Mine, so I blocked myself from attacking, and I basically was going to attack for game. Luckily, I had a Mystical Space Typhoon, and I popped my Mystic Mine, and then I was able to attack and win the matchup. And the last card we're playing 3 trap cards, which is Ice Dragon Prisons. I know this card's expensive. I have seen it go down a bit in price. I wasn't playing it because I didn't actually own it, so I quite like using cards I actually own. I know online you could just basically have any card, but I like to use cards I actually own. So Ice Dragon's Prison was honestly another clutch card. Basically it was the matchup where I banished my Raye and my Rose. I basically had like a monster on the field, and I was like, that's my monster to defend me till like I basically find like a strategy. I basically waited till the end phase, flipped it, summoned something, and then banished my opponent's monster. It's just a really good card, and I think it's just really good in Sky Striker. That is it for the main deck, guys. So now for the extra deck, it's just pretty like standard Sky Striker stuff. So we're obviously playing the 3 Hayate. We're playing the 3 Kagari. I don't know if this looks straight on camera. So 3 Hayate, 3 Kagari, and the 3 Shizuku. You obviously follow the order. Hayate attack, send something to grave. Main phase 2, link into Kagari, get back what you sent with Hayate, and then end phase, go into Shizuku and search something with her effect. So that's pretty standard. I'm also playing the 1 Kana. I know last video I told you guys that she was like quite useless, which honestly she is. She did come up in one matchup. I didn't use her effect to like basically prevent a monster from attacking and then stall. It was basically I had to trigger Raye to like link off the field. And I didn't really want to waste like a Kagari or a Shizuku or a Hayate, so I was like, I'll just go into Kana and then just stall with that. I mean, she's really optional. She's not like a key link in this build. We're playing the 2 Zeke. This card's honestly so good. I absolutely love it. It does target the banish effect, so you can't really banish Dragoon. But you can with other cards. So you link summon him and then you trigger him, banish something on the field till your opponent's next turn, I believe. This card's just really good for getting rid of boss monsters. As I said, if you've got the Nibiru on your field, if you've got Phantasme on the board and you just want to get rid of them, this does require 2 monsters, including a Sky Striker Ace monster. So if you've got like your Sky Striker Link and your Phantasme or your Nibiru, just link them both off and go into Zeke. And then, with Zeke, you can go into your Sky Striker Link. So if you've got Zeke, you've banished something, and then you can go into like a Shizuku or something else. The last 3 links, we're playing 2 generic links, which I did mention at the beginning of the video, which are Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Unicorn. Why am I playing these? Obviously, it varies with Sky Striker. Some people playing in Girasu. Last video, I was playing Zeus, mainly to like target something from Zodiac, attack with it, and then go into Zeus. But I just like, that's just pretty like conditional. I have to come up against an XYZ deck. So Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Unicorn are really good generic monsters. As I said, if you Widow Anchor or if you Shark Cannon, they can help you link climb to go into your access code. We're not playing the Celine Needle Fiber combo because that's really like predictable and it just like makes you overextend. You can easily go into access code with Widow Anchor, with Shark Cannon, with your links, with Nightmare Phoenix, Unicorn. He did come in, like, he came up in one matchup, I think. It was just like I Widow Anchored something and I had to get rid of it. And then I just linked into access code and OTK'd. I tried playing the BLS link, Soldier of Chaos, because he's obviously a link 3 and he's quite a big beat stick, and then it would be good with Phantasme or linking in with Nibiru. But what I realized is that you need 3 monsters for it, and sometimes that's hard with Sky Striker. And with Nightmare Unicorn, you only need 2 monsters. It's obviously still a link 3, but you just need the 2 monsters, which obviously you can use your Zeke, or you can use any other link 2 that you've stolen from your opponent. Nightmare Phoenix is just their generic link 2, and then access code is still our OTK. I did OTK with access code one time, but the rest of my wins this past weekend, it was just grind like Mystic Mine, Hayate, or just swinging with Widow Anchor, as I said in that matchup where my Raye and Rose were banished. But yeah, I mean, Sky Striker is Sky Striker. It does require a lot of thinking, and just like one wrong turn can just mess up your entire game. I did have one loss, which was against Cyber Dragons. and I basically lost because I didn't have an out to Dragoon. So game 1 I lost, obviously I scooped because I didn't have an out to their Dragoon. Game 2 they went into bloody Dragoon again. I sided in to target Dragoon, like basically stuff to out Dragoon, but I just didn't draw into it. There was a time where I could have outed Dragoon, but I messed up my play so bad, and I was like, oh no, so I basically just lost the match. Otherwise I would have came in first. But yeah, that's it for the extra deck. So for the side deck, it's changed a bit from last video, but we're playing the 3 Godarla. In case we come up against the bird up matchup. He's obviously also there mainly for Dragoon. We always have to side Kaijus for the Dragoon. We're playing the 3 Artifact Lancia, prevent our opponent from banishing. And this card also, I sided in this card every single match, which was honestly so good. There can be only one. I know a lot of people hate it. Like, if you're playing against it, you absolutely hate it. It's such a good card in Sky Striker. When you got there can be only one, Mystic Mine, and then the Hayate, and then you just like grind from there. We're playing 6 more traps in the side deck. This card, I honestly don't know why I don't see people playing it. It might be, I don't know, they find it too slow, or it's just like, I don't know, it just hasn't crossed their mind. But the card is Royal Decree. I've been citing this in Sky Striker for a really long time. This card absolutely shuts down decks. It definitely destroys Eldlich. It's just really good. Like, we're in a back row format. We're still in a back row format. Dragon Link are obviously coming back, but whatever. Royal Decree is just really good. Really, really good. I don't know why people aren't playing it. It's quite a cheap card as well. It's like $1, less than $1. The last 3 cards we are playing is the 3 Solemn Judgment, which honestly, Solemn Judgment is Solemn Judgment. It's just such a good card. For my Zodiac Eldlich matchup, that was my last matchup actually. I won 2-1. I basically sided in Solemn Judgment and Royal Decree. Royal Decree, I didn't actually see it. I didn't draw into it. But Solemn Judgment I did. And as I said, Solemn Judgment is Solemn Judgment. It's just a really good card. Well guys, that is all for the deck profile. I know you guys really enjoy my Sky Striker deck profiles because they're my most popular videos on my channel with the most views. So Sky Striker is my absolute favorite deck of all time. I always try and update it, try and like make it, try and keep up with the format. So this deck performed really well this past weekend. I came in 3rd, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep updating it every month, so I hope you guys don't get tired of it. But yeah, that's all for today. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like and subscribe for upcoming content. And thank you guys for all the support. KAIBALORD out.